feel a little silly doing a TikTok on Dog Day Afternoon. I try to use this account to bring attention to films maybe not everyone has seen or even heard of, and this is arguably the most famous bank robbery film of all time, but I rarely hear it discussed as a queer film, which I think it is. Based on a true story, Sonny and his friend Sal attempt to rob a bank, but basically everything goes wrong, and now they find themselves surrounded by cops and having to use the tellers as hostages. When asked why he's doing this by media calling into the bank, Sonny argues about being a veteran struggling to find decent work for decent pay. And judging by the group of people outside the bank, the public are kind of with him. So I imagine there are quite a few people in the audience in the movie theater in 1975. And then Sonny asks for the cops to bring his wife there. Somebody we, the audience, have seen as a panicked woman with kids being interviewed by the police, but that's not who gets out of the car. Instead, what looks like a very frail man gets out, Sonny's real wife, Leon. The cops laugh at first, but the film actually lets Leon tell her story. About Sonny not always treating her well, about them actually being married by a priest, and her in a beautiful dress, about realizing she was trans, about falling into a bad depression from feeling out of place in her body, about having to go to a hospital, which she's been in up until she was called out by the cops. And now we find out why Sonny is doing what he's doing. Sonny is trying to get money so that Leon can get a sex change operation. Something that whenever I hear people talk about this, specifically men, they don't really bring up for some reason. The film doesn't call Leon by female pronouns, which I'm doing, except oddly Sonny's mother. This movie went on to be nominated for a bunch of Oscars and to win Best in Original Screenplay and be very, very famous, and it should. The movie's great. The whole cast is fantastic. It's a great example of quiet Pacino, a rare but very treasured Pacino. Plus, it has John Cazale in it, one of the best character actors ever. He was only in 5 movies before he died. Every single one of them was either nominated or won Best Picture. If you ever want to have a good time, just watch his entire filmography. There's not a bad one in the bunch. I wish this movie would get more discussed in the queer circle, and really, if I have any trans followers, please, either if you think this is a really interesting, surprisingly progressive portrayal, or it's terrible, I really want to know your thoughts. Whatever they are, please put them in the comments. And if you haven't seen this, I really, really think you should check it out.